funny fucking mullets. And BO, but weird BO.
Let us know if you can hear us, because if not, then you're not going to hear us.
Yeah, can confirm.
Welcome to the 7th anniversary live stream of the Infernal Brotherhood of the Scruffy Looking Nerf Herders. I suspect one of you will be tuning in.
And giving us thumbs up.
Can you hear it? So we are drinking Quacky and Monkey Lizard Shoulder blended scotch.
Fuck yeah.
Because Star Wars. And we have a cake. You want to show them the cake?
Fuck yeah. Adam did better than me the first time. This shit, let's see if I can do it without dropping the fucking thing like I was.
Oh.
Look at that shit.
Thing.
So fancy.
So the goal of this is just to sort of chill. Do you see any chat going up anywhere?
No.
Is my mic covering that?
Mike might be in it. Hey, Chris, go ahead and write something.
We know it's you.
Yeah, we know it's you, man. Just write
Who
something.
Are we kidding?
Can't tell if we're getting any.
Hey,
oh,
Shauna,
there's two people. I don't know.
maybe you should tune into our stream and type something so we can see if it's actually working.
Oh,
there
hey,
it is.
something. Hey,
All
so it's working.
right.
All right,
Thank
all right.
you.
Thank you, Chris. Thank
How's
you.
my arm taste? How's Darth Vader taste? He's looking
Not-
Darth Vader.
Not like turds, like she likes.
So we should probably thank all of you two people for
Yes.
your support over the months that we've been known about. I think the biggest problem about our channel is us.
Yes, probably. Because, I mean, really, who wants to listen to a bunch of fucking middle-aged men bitch about Star Wars?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I do. I do
I
listen
do
to that, but, you know, whatever.
Yeah, it's very strange because I think it's because of our language more than anything else. We're sort of raw, and YouTube doesn't like that at all.
Yeah.
They sort of
That's a
curtail.
hard thing, man. I like, for a piracy site, you'd think they'd be a little bit more open to shit. Hey, thanks, homie. Well, it is. I mean,
For a piracy
let's be real here. They're a fucking piracy site, for fuck's sake.
I don't know, man. I've been personally almost completely removed from YouTube because of piracy issues.
Well, so that's a funny thing.
Copyright
Like,
issues.
I listen to a lot of different fucking podcasts, mostly around the entertainment industry, like specifically filmmaking and stuff like that. And that's like an ongoing issue is like people will have their own studio, their own channel, they're verified and all that shit, and they get their shit pulled, like even putting trailers up of their own work they have the license for.
Right.
But yet, you just do a little bit of digging, you'll find that exact fucking movie on someone else's channel for free.
Yeah. I think what I've discovered more than anything else is that as long as you're not trying to make any money, you can post whatever the fuck you want. But as soon as you try to monetize that, that's when they sort of blacklist you and really get you into trouble.
Yeah.
But that's why we're talking about Star Wars, because it's
Yeah.
been 7 years. I was just looking back at some of the original episodes that we were doing, and really looking.
It's not a tough niche. Fucking Disney made it not a tough one. Now, the opposing opinion, which we are of the opposing opinion, that's the niche part. Like, I'll definitely agree with that.
Well, I mean, there's YouTubers out there that make incredible amounts of money just talking doom and gloom and shit about Disney and Kathleen Kennedy and all Ryan Johnson and all that stuff. And what we've always tried to do was sort of celebrate what we love about Star Wars rather than just hyper focusing on the sort of cause du jour amid, the complainers,
Yeah.
ostensibly. So it's always a bit of a...
Yeah, and that's why I really like we revisit like the old novels and stuff, because I mean that's really where it is. Like, of course, we got the original movies. It's fucking
Touch the
YouTube.
screen.
It's not letting us actually read stuff, and now it's dark. Whatever.
Yeah, the sun behind us is like super light. So it's messing with our... Do you have your phone?
Yeah.
Maybe you could tune in. We can just look there.
Huh.
We'll get this. Don't worry. We'll figure it out. It's been 7 years. We'll get it eventually.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we're going to be smoking our cigars. We're going to be drinking some of this Quacky and Monkey Lizard Shoulder blended scotch in the Star Wars cairn glasses,
Oh yeah.
which are amazing. We've got to get some of these for scruffy looking Nerf herders.
If I got a guy, I'll reach out to him. So saying calling only lasts 30 seconds. Yeah, no, it's about right. It's about right, especially when I'm on.
It's surprising because when Colin was over here with us, we would go to like the Utah Symphony and watch them orchestrate the movies. Like he loves Star Wars.
Yeah.
He just doesn't love the new iterations and stuff,
Yeah.
which is tough because I like celebrating Star Wars with my friends. He's one of my friends, and I can't celebrate with him.
Yeah. But especially, it's like, I understand, like, the newer stuff, whatever. I mean, it's got its faults. Like, we talk a lot of shit. But, I mean, there's aspects to appreciate about all of them if you try hard enough. But it's so hard to explain to somebody why they are wrong when they don't like Rogue One or Solo. Like, they refuse to watch them. It's like,
That's
why? Like,
that's the thing. If they
yeah.
refuse to watch it, like watch it, you don't like it, then I get it. Don't watch it and complain about it. I don't get that at all.
Mm-hmm.
It's very odd. But
Yeah.
what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
And it is weird because the older I get, the fewer like grown men I know that enjoy Star Wars. It's very surprising. There's so few grown men with grown man mentalities and lives and responsibilities like to talk about Star Wars in a genuine and passionate way.
I'm pretty biased because I live in a very small bubble. I deal with a lot of people on a daily basis, new clients every day, but I only talk to you and my buddy Joe, and that's all we talk about is Star Wars and other stupid shit around that. So it's like, I have a lot of that, but it's just a few select people.
So for you guys watching, maybe live or afterward, let us know in the chat. But what is it that you love most about Star Wars? And then I want to pose that to you and just sort of get your take.
Oh, why is it top?
Top comments.
There we go. There we go. Now it's in proper order. I mean, it's all crisp, but it's all out of order.
Well,
No.
he is out of order because he said he was going to join our game today, and then he was like, "Oh, my son
Yeah.
has problems, like a game that I've got to, be a father to," and fucking
Make believe always is more important than family.
yeah.
Everybody knows that.
Yeah. I kid. I would have left too if my I actually taught not taught, but I coached soccer when my son was doing it. And it was the worst period of my life. So I have utmost sympathy for any children's coach because it's brutal, man. You just have like random retarded kids running left for no reason, and you like have to go catch them because the parents are just like laughing that they don't have to.
I mean, that's why you put your kid in sports, because then it's somebody else's problem. Plus, they make it tired.
Starting to think we chose the wrong seats.
Lost
because
the
son-
game. What a turd.
Oh, you definitely shouldn't have gone then.
Yeah.
You weren't even needed. You didn't give them the win. You're supposed to coach better. It's not about the players. It's about the coach.
Yeah.
Did you talk shit to them in the halftime? Do they have halftimes for the kids once? I don't know that they do.
I don't know shit about soccer. I always wanted to get into it, just because I like the idea of being a hooligan, because I like to get drunk and I like to smack people. Just never could get into
It's a
the
real
game.
thing.
It's a real thing.
Or just go be a shitty football or baseball fan and just do the exact same thing.
Yeah, that's why I like
Because
hockey.
all sports fans are fucking assholes.
Yeah, I am one, so I agree.
You're an asshole? You're a sports fan?
Dude, I fucking love hockey.
Oh, wow.
I've been playing hockey from the time I was like 12.
What?
Yeah, man.
What, are you Canadian?
No, I'm fucking Indian. I
I don't-
invented that shit.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I've never heard this before.
You just did.
Huh.
You heard it here, folks.
All right. Guess what the Indian invented? Hockey. The most white man game ever. Literally the whitest man game ever.
Yeah, it's funny enough. I actually learned in New Mexico, of all places.
What?
Yeah.
Do they even have ice? Like, I
Sometimes.
don't understand.
Sometimes.
You have to get really high in the mountains, but they do.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Pretty much.
Well, you know what? It was a fun game.
Oh, good. As long as you told them that they ruined your day, because you should have been doing Star Wars instead. So, I will say that's a W in a way.
Yeah.
Your kids lost, and you're bigger losers. because you couldn't play pretend with your friends.
When you put it like that, it sounds kind of ridiculous. We just sat around for a couple hours pretending that we were in a galaxy far, far away.
Well,
Nothing wrong with that, per se.
a couple of us dressed up, a couple of us didn't. It is what it is.
We're both dressed up in our
Fuck
apparel,
yeah.
so if you guys ever want to look like a scruffy-looking nerf herder yourselves, go ahead and check out the store. It's in the link in the description. Well, maybe. I don't know, actually.
It might be in the description below.
It will eventually be in the link in the description below.
It's somewhere. You'll find it somewhere.
Yeah. Just hunt.
Pretty nice shirts, too. Really soft. I dig it, man.
Yeah, and they actually conform really well to your arms, so it makes you look better, like as if you have shoulders, when normally I don't. So that's always nice, too.
Unless you're a man and you cut your sleeves off.
Like that. Like a real man. I just play one on YouTube. I'm not actually a man. So what is it you love most about Star Wars?
So it's like it's a fantasy aspect of like it really hasn't changed any like my perspective on it. Like, I mean, of course, different shit or different parts of it that I like, the newer stories, but it's a space opera. It's just a classic telling of good versus evil, and it's fun. You get lasers, you get aliens, and I always say, like, I don't dig war shit unless there's lasers and aliens, and we get that in droves with Star Wars.
Yeah, I love the coming of age side of it, where, you know, just being exposed to it initially as a child, you get that really wonderful connection to the characters because they're sort of paralleling this, you know, adventurous journey like you are, discovering masturbation and hairy parts that weren't hairy before.
Just like Star Wars, yeah.
Just like Star Wars. I always imagined Chewbacca had nothing but dingleberries all over his backside.
Well, yeah, especially because if you go with like original canon, like pre-Disney canon, they didn't shower. It was actually like they would do it maybe once a year or so because it wasn't proper Wookiee etiquette to bathe.
Just ass dreads.
Yeah, it's absolutely it. And can you imagine the fucking chunky monkeys all dried up around that red rocket?
Oh my god.
That's when that gets wet and actually like sloughs off. That's got to be one of the worst smells in the galaxy.
That would be a great grenade. That's a stink bomb right there.
Fuck yeah, it is.
Oh man. Because you know, like if he like unleashes in his palm or on the back of his hand or something when he's jerking it, he just wipes it like that.
I mean
what else are you gonna do?
Throw it at someone.
He just. Well, he definitely throws it. So Han Solo got really good at dodging because of Chewbacca fucking with him.
I believe it.
No, motherfucker.
They spend all that time together.
This is exactly why we don't have people watching.
This is why people should be watching. These are the topics everybody's scared to bring up.
Mm-hmm.
We're not.
Yeah, you think Dave Filoni's gonna talk about this shit?
Frickin' turd.
No fucking way. You think Sam Witwer's gonna talk about these important, like, universe-shattering conversations? No.
I could see him and Freddie Prinze Jr. talking about it. In their own personal time, definitely not on camera.
Right, yeah. In between takes of the Emperor's voice and Maul's voice, they're talking about Chewbacca jerking it.
I could fucking see it, man. God, just to sit down in a room and talk to those two for like an hour would be a trip.
Fuck that. I want to play Star Wars with him, like the role-playing games. I used to listen to a Star Wars podcast, the Saga System role-playing game, which is what Wizards of the Coast made when they licensed Star Wars' IP. It was a really great role-playing game, too. But Sam Witwer would play it all the time. Like, he cut his teeth in D&D, but it was the old-school Star Wars role-playing game that we played this morning, where he really sort of got into Star Wars, as it were. And so I would love to, like, either run him through a session or have him run us through a session and just geek out and be a nerd.
I'd let him run me through a session.
Hello, stranger outside of the camera. Why are you talking smack about us? If you guys want to cut the cake, you're welcome to. It's chocolate on chocolate, just like us. As you can clearly see, we are of the darker blend.
Yeah.
Well,
this is me not having seen sun in like 3 years.
This is me being in the sun all day. It goes from this to red. So I always have to like spray up parts of me that aren't even in the sun. I still have to spray. Maybe that's why my neighbors were laughing at me, because I looked like
Maybe.
Mark Zuckerberg when he was fucking water skiing, just white plaster all around my face.
Yeah, my neighbors give me shit because I look like a fucking old farmer. Got my big straw hat on, my flannel, my bibs, mud boots, just to fucking mow. It's like
You wear mud boots to mow?
well, no, because I do all my yard work at once, so it's like pulling weeds, digging shit. It's just easier that way.
Huh.
You just spray the fuckers off.
Yeah.
You step the dog shit, doesn't matter.
I might have to get some mud boots. Huh.
Yeah.
All right. What do you guys use to do yard work? Do you guys have yards?
This is interesting topics. Like, let's hear it.
Mm-hmm.
Still waiting on my pumpkins to finally sprout. Anxiously awaiting that.
Mine have broken ground.
We just barely did mine last week, so
Oh, nice.
or 2
They'll
weeks
be
ago. So
coming
I'm not expecting anything.
And we've got a
Yep.
lot of bees in our yard too. So
Lucky.
there's a lot of pollination going on in our yard at least. So like last year it was terrible. So I'm really hoping that this year it's just going to come in full force because of these beautiful bees. If anyone out there knows anyone with a beehive, you need to shake their hand because they are doing the Lord's work.
Absolutely.
I mean, bees are like the best.
Like if it wasn't for my wife being allergic, yeah, I'd fucking raise bees in a heartbeat.
Still pretty. You could probably sneak it. Just don't tell
Well,
her.
it's like they don't attack you unless you stick your hand in there or some shit. You just leave them alone.
You know, to be fair, I came out over to his house, got out of my car, and a bee literally attacked my dew. Like, crawled into my hair. I'm like, Shauna, help me, get this bee out. And she's like, I don't see a bug in your hair. And I can feel the goddamn thing.
It is
like,
actually what she sounds like.
Yeah, it was like a Minoc, like flying in my head. I was like, I don't have any energy on me. Get away, fuck off.
Should have came running at you with the fucking vibro blade. Got rid of it. Worked so well this morning.
Yeah, it worked brilliantly this morning. Who would have thought stabbing a bitch would have been so impossible?
Right? Yeah.
It's so funny.
That fucking suck.
So we played that little scenario. I didn't know how long it was going to take this morning. It ended up taking about 2 hours with 3 people running through it. And I was super nervous because I'm not 100% on the rules. I never run it before. I didn't know the pacing. I didn't know how the players were going to sort of react to certain situations because it is pretty railroady, this scenario. So what I'm looking forward to in the future is doing another 1 or 2 episodes to sort of continue on these characters just a couple more times to really understand the system again, because I hadn't played it since I never ran it. I just played it back in 1995, I think, was when I did it last, which was a couple years ago.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it's just like you forget everything, and then having it on camera, like when we're doing stuff like this or we're just talking about Star Wars, there's like zero pressure because we're just chilling out. We're 2 friends talking about Star Wars. But when you're doing something like running a game, then you have to have structure and order. And I like sort of prefaced everything by saying, okay, we need to stay on target, everyone. We need to not, like just trying to get everyone's head in the fact that this is not just a home game. We are trying to be somewhat entertaining. And I think the fortunate part of it is that the group that we have was funny. Like, you guys were really great. You had a great back and forth. Dana's always amazing. She's the best.
Yeah, I was really excited when she hopped on board.
Like, your friend was great, and like everything about it was just a really, really good time. It probably would have sucked if
We should have fucking come in then.
it probably would have sucked if you showed up, Chris. So maybe it's a good thing. You would have made us lose, like you made your son lose.
Yo, I hadn't thought about that.
It's a real problem. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm excited because I want to touch into just like some Andor type shit. I mean, this is the period of time that we're in. It's the fledgling rebellion before the Galactic Civil War actually like really fully fledges and comes out. So this is like a New Hope before it gets to the first Death Star being destroyed. So we can do some really cool fucking espionage stuff, run into some really cool force ability and like force user type stuff that's sort of archaic and obscure, and like we could do a lot of those really kind of cool little fun things that celebrates the EU that we appreciate and love of Star Wars, and ignores everything that's going on right now, and tell like really kind of stupid fun stories, and then cap motherfuckers.
Right? Yeah, that's part I'm looking forward to is the whole, because I mean that was my favorite part of Andor. Like, of course we love the space wizards, we love the one-on-one fights with pirates and the Empire and shit, but I love that subversive trying to slowly chip away at the beast's ankles thing. Like that's just like they nailed that so well in Andor.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of shit that I want to play.
Yeah, I love that stuff, and it's got to be a running joke trying to like vibroblade a bitch and like never be.
Yeah, no, that is like yeah, no. Vibroblade is going to be a constant. I will waste turns just to get a chuckle out of that shit.
It's
Like
so
I didn't even
funny.
think about it because like we did the fucking sheets, so I already know what it does. So to see the stats of what I'm going to fucking roll, like I have to get the best roll ever in order to even do like 1 damage. So didn't even think about that. And that's like my go-to at the beginning of the fucking game
It's so
when I've got
great.
2 blasters on me.
It's so great.
Yeah. Yeah, that was great.
Oh man, I loved it, and I love that. Like, I don't know if I was able to sell it during the adventure or not, but I in my mind, I was imagining it was like Alien. Like you guys were crawling down these blackened corridors with wires hanging around. You don't know where you don't know where the stormtroopers are, and so it's just like terror and suspension, and you know they're coming, but you don't know how close, and then suddenly the whole freaking tunnel collapses in on
Yeah.
you, and you're like, "Fuck, we're gonna die!" Like I love that sense of urgency that was sort of in my head.
Oh yeah, no, definitely got that. Especially seeing the map on our end,
Right.
where it's literally just you've got this, and you see a little bit this way, a little bit this way. That's it, and it's like fuck. I don't know what the hell's gonna go on.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was
Just
a lot of
awesome.
fun.
And I actually really like the shorter session length too.
Yeah, it didn't feel like it was as long as it was.
Yeah.
And it was like almost like, well, fuck, can't we keep going?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's great. I'm definitely excited for the next one.
And if we do a 2-hour length, that gives us time for like some role playing, maybe 1 or 2 encounters. And the system itself is really, really basic. It's just when you're first getting used to it, it becomes a bit of a chore to sort of get used to, especially coming right off the heels of In Nomine. And then ultimately, what I'd like to do, I haven't even talked to you about this yet, but when we're done trying out this system, I was wondering if you'd want to do a Werewolf the Apocalypse session.
Fuck yeah.
Which is just like indigenous tribal people that are just happen to be werewolves. It's pretty fucking cool. And then you get to rage out as a wolf and stuff. I mean, I love that.
You had me at werewolf. I'll see if I can get me like a coyote pelt to wear or something, paint up like a
that'd be
skinwalker.
amazing.
Yeah. Really fucking piss everybody off.
Yeah. All right. So did Chris say what he liked best?
Us.
About Star Wars? My taint. The best Star Wars taint of them all.
No, not really.
No. Thanks for your participation.
Yeah. I mean, he's participating, definitely. Oh, okay. Well, no. That's okay.
No.
We got a lot from him, but
Yeah.
not that answer.
All right, that's okay.
Well, and that's the great thing about it too. It's like even when we just had like say the first 6 films, like there was, well, I guess with the first 6 films we still had like the cartoons and shit, but it's like even with a limited bit of stuff there. Oh fuck!
What?
I couldn't tell if that was.
There was a cat over there.
Oh, okay. There was a cat. That wasn't my raccoon. Okay.
Oh, you have a raccoon?
Yeah, I got 2 raccoons.
We have a raccoon in ours.
Yeah, I got 2. They're cute as fuck. And they're not totally scared of me. So one of these days I'm gonna pet them and get rabies. But yeah, it's like you can always find like even if you're talking one movie, there's always so many different perspectives on it. Like it you know, they're goofy space dramas, but there's so much complexity to them and so much depth that you can talk for hours upon hours with different people and never have the same conversation. And yeah,
That's
one of
what I
great
like
aspects of it.
about the novels so much, is because the films are catered to a specific demo. The novels feel like they're catered to more adults, especially with this types of stories that they're talking about. It's very, very interesting. And then the comics are sort of playing off of some of the novels originally before they started sort of fleshing out Tales of the Jedi and stuff like that, and then Old Republic. But still, the storytelling is not kiddie, A New Hope type stuff. It's like real, like shit in the fan
Well,
type
even
stuff.
the novelization of A New Hope, it's way more adult than the actual movie itself.
I haven't even read that one.
You haven't
How
read A New
funny,
Hope?
no. Oh wait, yeah, of course.
That's
The
like
novelization. I thought we were doing the graphic novel. Yeah,
That's like
sorry.
I swear to God, we talked about those just
Yeah,
recently.
we actually did a stream on it. I'm here.
Yeah. Hey, Toot. Leave Churchill. I think it's either Winston or no, it's Churchill. No, it's Winston.
Chewbacca's freaking out.
Yeah. Yeah, it's.
Yeah, it was more adult, and very, very different.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that was the most removed from the finished product novelization of them all.
It's like Empire was definitely had aspects of it, but yeah, New Hope was
For sure.
very like, that author got that shit like way before they even started shooting.
Yeah.
Like, hey, turn this into a book, okay, and then half of it's not even in there. Still can't get over Blue Yoda though. That's the one
awesome.
that fucks me up.
With the long hair,
shit,
dude.
yeah.
Oh gosh, it's so cool.
Yeah.
Like young Yoda. It is very much like the young Warwick Davis's Willow with the goatee.
Oh Christ.
I thought that was hilarious.
So the coming of age story, the lightsabers, Force, all the mythology. Yeah, I mean all the cool shit. And it seemed accessible. That's Chris.
Yeah, it was but it was also inclusive without having it on its sleeve. Like most films in the era were, like Alien, for example.
Yeah.
I mean, it didn't lead with it because it's not an important thing to lead with, because it's just saying, no, we're all just a bunch of humans and we're all just going to sort of, celebrate, empowered females and scruffy looking smugglers, and like everyone's just going to do their thing.
Yeah.
And even when you ran into Lando Calrissian, he was just this suave, cool fucking businessman who was an old school scoundrel, that he like actual responsibility, which was the sole reason why he even turned on his old frenemy Han Solo, or Han as he likes to say.
Han. Yeah.
But he was just the coolest motherfucker. And so like none of it, like you didn't know what Boba Fett looked like underneath that helmet. You didn't know what Darth Vader looked like under the helmet at the time. So they literally could have been any ethnicity or cultural background, but it didn't matter.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't important. Nowadays everything is pushing like, oh, we have to show how diverse we are, and like,
that's
well,
so
that's not
detrimental,
Star Wars.
too.
Like it's
Yeah.
always been that way, so why are you now leading with it?
Yeah, that's the shit that drives me insane, especially like the push for female empowerment. It's like that's been from the fucking get-go. Like the most powerful, well-rounded character in the first fucking movie is Leia.
Yeah.
And it's not, oh, she's cute, she's royalty. No, she's a fucking badass. And it just so I mean, yeah, that's not arguing that. But that wasn't why she was so important and so impactful. It's like, it drives me insane because it's like they're taking away the aspect of Star Wars that made it accessible to everyone and putting a magnifying glass on trying to make it accessible to everyone while making it inaccessible to a lot.
Yeah, well, to everyone. It very much seems like filmmakers are trying their best to cater to an audience that doesn't give a fuck about Star Wars. And all they're doing is pissing off the fans who do give a fuck about Star Wars.
Frankly, anything, really, if you look at, like, everything. It's so insane. It's like a good story is a good story. Just give us a good story. It's not like
I actually do have hope. I'm like, it did seem like we were going, like, first of all, I just want to do a blanket statement saying when the Me Too movement became a thing, I celebrate that because those guys are
100%.
fucking dirty pieces of shit that deserve to be ruined. It sucks that women had to deal with that, but unfortunately women have had to deal with men the patriarchy for all time. Not all guys are like that, and so it sucks because it's not fair that all of us guys get painted the same way. But I mean, make my wife wear a burqa, but it's because I love her. It's not because I want to suppress her.
Well, the thing is, it's her hair too. Like, quite frankly, the hair it's just all over the place. So, throw a burqa on, keeps it down. It's practical.
Love you. She's off camera. Yeah. No, so that's what I think is the best part. That's why when we see stuff like Andor, where I'm actually really encouraged, because if you get filmmakers who just want to focus on making a good story in a believable way using the resources that they have, then you're going to come out with some really great products.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit concerned about Acolyte, to be honest.
Me too.
What do you think?
Like, it looks promising. It looks dark. It looks like it might be gritty, but yeah, it's just like I've got such a sour taste in my mouth because of the whole lead into the High Republic. Like, that has just been utter fucking rubbish. Like, there's no aspects of it that's enjoyable. Well, okay, that's a total lie. The first chapter of the first book is fucking great. It's classic Star Wars. There's consequences. There's mass death. Like, it's
And that was like a station
great.
blowing up or something, right?
It was a transport ship that got pulled out of space and blew up, basically.
Oh, okay.
So it's like the first chapter was great. It's like, oh my god, this is fucking classic Star Wars, where there's stakes, there's real consequences with stuff, there's actual bad guys, and then they turned out to be Pirates of the Caribbean bad guys. And I gave up.
I like pirates.
I do
Pirates
too.
are fun.
Did you just fucking pet Winston? You
hold the phone.
son of a bitch.
He's talking to his wife, by the way.
Yeah, I'm talking to my wife. She got to pet one of our feral cats. Yeah, I know, you're a fucking Disney princess.
Fucking singing to cats over there.
Yeah, man, no, there's a black one that comes and hangs out in the garage when I'm doing my nightly medication sessions, and can never get near it. It's not scared of me, but it doesn't let me pet it.
Nightly medication sessions.
Yeah. I smoke weed. But yeah, so like she's just out here fucking doing gardening, and it just comes up, starts loving on her. It's like, what the fuck? It's like, I feed you. I talk to you every goddamn night. I still have yet to pet you, motherfucker.
Same thing with me and my wife. Exactly. I feed you. I talk to you. Let me pet your pussy. I did it twice. That's something.
Exactly. You can prove twice that it happened.
I'm a man. Oh man. It's tough when they're like staring at you.
I'm really good at ignoring mine. I can just feel the daggers though, like a little bit.
All right. So I'm a little bit worried about Acolyte because I feel like there's a trajectory that Star Wars is taking with. Now here's the deal. I grew up in the 80s, so I'm a big fan of martial arts. I'm a big fan of any type. So when we saw Darth Maul for the first time at the end of Phantom Menace, I fucking lost my mind. It was the coolest goddamn thing ever. I was like, that's how lightsaber fighting should be. But now everything is martial arts. And while I know that there is in canon fighting styles that, like Terakasi, for example, that is very much the space version of martial arts, I don't think it's common for Jedi to do that. I think it should be special that they do that. And in this...
Yeah, because there's 12 different styles.
Yeah, like
very
lightsaber forms.
distinct. Well, and that even transforms into like the actual like physical combats too. So, yeah, it's...
I didn't know that. I thought it was just lightsaber forms. So, I mean, that's interesting. But it does very much seem like everyone's trying to go down this weird John Wick road where everything is hyper combat focused, and that's fun, but it's not really what makes Star Wars Star Wars.
Yeah, no, that's great in a Tarantino movie.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yes.
Hells yes.
Like Kill Bill.
Fuck yes.
Yeah.
And if we just have like the small pieces like in Rogue One, where we had that one guy who was really the I'm with the Force and the Force with me, I cheer it.
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name.
Yeah, it was Chirrut.
like just the one guy, that was awesome. But the only trailers we've seen are like 3 or 4 different Jedi types. They're all doing like kung fu, like blatant kung fu. And I'm like, that's not. I enjoy that, and you give me kung fu in space. Okay, that's awesome. I'm here. I'll watch it. But it's not Star Wars to me. Star Wars to me doesn't have to be. You know, you get that iconic silhouette of Luke Skywalker fencing Darth Vader. That's Star Wars for me.
Yeah.
So I like stuff like that. That's a little more stiff and rigid. I know it's not as exciting to watch, but it keys into what Star Wars really is, and that is not everyone's a fucking master. And I hate the idea of apprentices being masters.
Yeah.
It defeats the whole purpose of earning your Jedi Knight title and then becoming a master on the council and stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't know, I mean, because this is, I'm sort of talking myself out of it. This is an era where there are more Jedi than ever. Like, the Sith have been gone for, since Darth Bane. Supposedly gone. They're still there.
Yeah.
They've been just hiding, planning, and plotting, which I love so much. Oh, what do you think about that Sith helmet? The sort of teeth Sith helmet?
Dude, anything like that, man. I fucking love it. It's just, like, that's what a fucking bad guy's supposed to look like. Not like Kylo Ren. Like, oh, I'm going to take my helmet off and have hair and muscles now. It's like, yeah, that's boring. Like, I don't want to...
muscles.
I don't want to see that shit. I want you covered head to toe in something that looks really fucking uncomfortable and really wicked. Like, that's a fucking bad guy. Like Vader, that shit's not comfortable. Anybody
There's no
wore,
way.
head to toes fucking leather understands that shit's not comfortable. It's not supposed to be.
And then you get into the canon stuff, and the Emperor intentionally made it so it was torturous.
Yeah.
I mean,
like, that was the whole fucking point. Yeah.
It's so cool, though.
Yeah, I feel like Chris, man. That's the thing. Like, I really do want to see a different perspective, and I feel like that's where Disney could pick back up, because honestly, they're at the point, and I don't want to be one of those guys like, oh, they're finally failing, but they're basically failing. Like, all of their fucking superhero shit has just shit the bed.
Yeah.
And it's consistently getting worse and worse. Yeah. So, I love Filoni. I love Favreau. Do I think their latest efforts have been great? No. I honestly also don't think it's fully them. That's a completely different story right there, though. But yeah, like, getting different aspects or different visions telling the same story, like, that's what's exciting. That's why Visions, I've dug that.
Yeah.
They're not all great, but the ones that are fucking amazing. So much so that they started making books of them, like the Ronin one.
Yeah.
Haven't read it, but...
Well, and I like how you are getting these dramatically different perspectives from different filmmakers, so they're not all like epic grand scale type stuff. It is very much like individual role-playing sessions at people's home tables. You're just getting a small story focused on one tiny little part of the galaxy, and that's what's so great about Star Wars, and because you can tell those sort of isolated, intimate stories without having to worry about grand, fucking galaxy-spanning conflicts all the time. And it doesn't seem like either they don't want to tell those intimate stories, or they're afraid that if they do, then the fans won't be there for it. And that just speaks to their ignorance, because we're here, like, we're wanting it.
Well, it's like that was basically Andor. I mean, yeah, it was the uprising of the fucking rebellion, the unification of the rebellion even, but it more focused on select people who helped create the rebellion that we know and love.
Yeah. And
it's like, that's great. Like, the one-on-one stories, like the focused storytelling. We don't need 30 different locations. We don't need... Okay, and this pains me to say it, but we don't need 30 billion fucking space battles. I fucking love them.
Yeah.
I enjoy them as I watch them, but that's not story. That's fluff. That's the cherry on top of the story.
Yeah. Well, that's part of, I think, one of the best scenes in Andor. Not the best, because there's so many really great ones, but one of the best scenes is when that guy was evading the Imperial blockade, and he was just doing like some really cool, crazy flying and stuff. It wasn't a huge space battle. It wasn't even really that big of a scene, but we got the spaceship side of Star Wars. We got the fact that he's being tracked down by this sort of evil empire that if he gets caught, he's gonna be fucked. So you still get the intensity, you still get the import of the Galactic Republic, So the Galactic Empire, but you're not actually focusing on that aspect. It's just an environmental danger in a moment in a single scene. And that's beautiful. That's great.
Yeah.
That's the kind of stuff I like.
So, Chris, to answer your question, we've talked about it plenty of fucking times, but I will repeat myself.
I need my glasses.
Mike fucking Flanagan. Well, yes.
Oh, yeah.
What creator would you like to see do a Star Wars show?
Yes.
Like, there is so much dark, spooky, ooky shit that's canonical in Star Wars that if he did, like, I'd never be able to get an erection again. It would just ruin.
He would have to
everything
turn
for
it
me.
on to get.
Yeah, pretty much. I'd have to get one of those pumps. Like,
I was meaning turn the show on.
oh, turn the show on. Oh, well, I mean, yeah, whatever.
I gotta get an implant.
But yeah, man, I would love to see someone like him, like somebody that's outside of their traditional wheelhouse, because I feel like that's really what we haven't gotten, with the exception of, again, Visions, because we got a
Yeah.
bunch of, different anime companies doing stuff.
And that's almost
Yeah.
cheating too, because anime is all about the story.
Yeah.
Like isolated stories,
Mhm.
and so that's perfect for Star Wars.
Yeah, but I would love to see Flanagan do something, or I don't know how it would turn out, but I would love to see George Miller do some Star Wars too.
Have you seen Furiosa?
Not yet.
I've seen it.
Not- And
I loved it.
good.
I thought it was really fun.
I have not heard many good things about it.
Oh, really?
Frankly, I don't give a fuck.
I was gonna
because
say I
it's-
hadn't heard him.
Yeah, it's George Miller. I don't give a fuck what he does.
No, he's cool.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
great, and I fucking love the cast minus Thor, but yeah,
I mean, Anna
What is
Taylor
that?
Joy is great in it.
yeah, I love her.
Mm.
She's great. And I haven't seen a single thing she's been in that I didn't love. Like, still probably my favorite besides The Witch was Last Night in Soho.
This is so good.
But I'm a sucker for
It was so
giallo films, and that was basically a modern giallo, so it was just
Yeah,
me being a pretentious nerd the whole time.
but it was good filmmaking.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
to
absolutely,
be fair,
yeah.
and a lot of care went into that.
Mhm.
Even that director, his name is.
Yep, I am drawing a blank right now.
Anyway,
I was just talking about there's a lot of people.
Anna Taylor Joy's worked with him a couple times.
Honestly, anybody in the genre. Let me rephrase. So, basically, give me a horror director, and I'll be fucking happy. And not just because I'm a horror freak, but because they can make gold out of nothing.
Yeah.
Like, you give them
Yeah.
$20,
Low
they'll give you a
budget.
fucking $3 million movie. Their schedules are tight. They know how to run a set. And the thing is, like, I feel like a lot of the humor with modern Star Wars is just so forced. And if you got somebody that was very prevalent with horror, like horror and comedy, it's the same beats. Like, jokes and scares, it's math, it's music, it's composure. Like, they can do that shit and it feels like a part of it, not like something taking you out of it. Like the whole, oh, they fly now, they fly now, they fly now. That's fucking stupid.
What about the
Nothing funny
mom
about that
jokes
shit.
at the beginning of that fucking film?
Yeah.
Like that fucking phone call.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Like,
So
I like a
fucking
good
dumb.
prank phone call, but that was a little out of left field.
What's funny is though, if it was like leading on the nose, if it was like Jerky Boys, then
Yeah,
I
that's
probably would
different.
enjoy it.
That's different. That's also crude as fuck, which is great.
You know, is it? Oh fuck, Fede Alvarez, the guy who's doing the new Alien movie, who did Evil Dead remake, and he did Don't Breathe. Fede Alvarez, or I can't remember his
It's
goddamn
something
name.
very foreign
But-
sounding. Yeah.
Did we just get kicked off?
No.
Hmm.
Oh, Jana's trying to. What the fuck?
No. So I think
That's Janet
he would do
Trump.
a good one because he is all about diving into the IP
Uh-huh.
and really telling a great intimate story in that IP. Like that remake of Evil Dead. First of all, I never thought you could remake Evil Dead and
Yeah.
have it be good. I was like, there's something magic
Mhm.
about Bruce Campbell that he is Evil Dead.
Yeah,
And then I
absolutely.
saw it and I was like scared. Like I was like, there's that claustrophobic scene where she's running away from that demon that was resurrected in like crawling underneath this little tunnel
Oh my
up
God.
into the shed. I was freaking the fuck out.
Yeah,
like,
that fucks me up every time, man. That claustrophobia, like, not since The Descent has something been that claustrophobic for me. Yeah, that movie on paper should have fucking failed.
Yeah.
Because it's not a remake, but it's a remake, but it's not a remake.
Mhm.
And yeah, I would love to see something like that. Because that's the thing. That's what we haven't seen yet. We've gotten plenty of big A-list directors, visionaries, people that have worked in the sci-fi realm and been successful about it. But yeah, we haven't had anybody that's like known for horror or any other genre besides sci-fi, really.
So I was thinking about Mike Flanagan, and on the surface, if you just think about The One True Knot, it's just a caravan of like weirdos, right? They end up being like vampires in like this sort of like energy vampire type thing, but it's never really fully explained or anything. So on the surface, on paper, it sounds ridiculous.
Yeah.
But you see them, and the way that those actors portrayed those characters, they're fucking terrifying.
Dude.
You do something like that with like Night Sisters?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Well, like one of the cheesiest fucking characters that King's done in recent years was Rose the Hat.
Yeah, she's so
in
good.
the book. Wasn't a fan.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean,
like
she was great. I don't know. It's something about the weird vampire with the one tooth. Like just something about her. She wasn't my favorite character in the book, but Flanagan made her amazing and fucking terrifying.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, the actress is brilliant.
Yeah, no, she's absolutely phenomenal.
Those are because if you had Flanagan, you would have the whole team of actors that he brings with him in every project.
Yeah.
And I know he's a Star Wars fan, and so like fuck Lucasfilm. If you want to make some easy money that won't take a lot to make, fucking tap him.
Well, the thing is too, it's like he's pretty well versed in the idea of mixed genres.
Yeah.
Because he is somebody that is supposed to be doing some sort of rendition of the Dark Tower.
Oh yeah.
And that is a perfect melding of all genre. You got Western, you got your samurai shit, space shit, time travel, paranormal shit, and he could do that. There's no reason he couldn't do anything Star Wars related. And yeah, you get any sort of fringe group, like you go with like a pirate group. Like let's say we bring on fucking what's his name, Hondo or whatever.
Yeah,
like let's get a Hondo movie.
That would be cool.
Flanagan doing that, sold.
That would be great.
And yeah, like Night Sisters, fuck, that'd be scary as shit.
Yeah,
and it'd be perfect.
I really want to see. I want to see a movie based around how Palpatine learned about the Night Sisters. Because it was at that point where he was like fully steeped in the Sith lore, but he knew there was an aspect to the dark side of the Force he'd never tapped into before, which is why he went to the Night Sisters in the first place, and why he needed to get rid of them. Because once he learned what he needed to learn, Sith alchemy, he just they're a threat, a potential threat to him.
Entirely too powerful.
So if you get because the Darth Plagueis novel did a really great job of setting us up with an early Palpatine who was hungry for power but didn't really know how to leverage it. And I feel like Plagueis put him in a great position to then get murdered by him. But it sort of fed that need in Palpatine. Like, didn't he kill his father or something like that?
Yeah.
Like he
wiped out his entire fucking family.
Yeah, I mean he's a fucked up. Just he could have easily gone down like a sociopath serial killer route, which arguably
he was Patrick Bateman.
Yeah. Well,
just with the Force.
That's rough because I have a nice intimate connection with Patrick Bateman, and I don't want to connect that with Palpatine. Do it. Fucking, I'm a Bret Easton Ellis fan. I think maybe like 9/10 of the novels I've ever read that he's written, which is most of them actually, are brilliant. Just really great. He sort of lost his way and then he stopped doing it for a long time. But that American Psycho is just one of those fucking seminal pieces of literature that disgusts you. Like when you're reading it, it's sick. But then I found myself getting excited at the same time, and I was like, "Whoa, am I fucked up?"
You guys want to see how to end a friendship? I've never read it.
Really?
I've never read it.
Oh my gosh!
Not for any other reason than I just haven't.
Oh my gosh! I have the book. If you want to read the book, I actually think I might even have the audiobook too.
Yeah, it's in my wish list. I'm
Oh
gonna
my
get it eventually.
gosh! You haven't read it, dude. This is graphic.
So
It's insane.
Here's my problem. I always try to branch out on shit. Like I will go through a kick where I'll finish a series, whether it's like a trilogy or a 26-part series.
Yeah.
And then oh dude. Like seriously, you have to fucking read the Dark Tower series as it's meant to be read. It's 26 books and it's worth every goddamn cent.
Holy shit.
Yeah, some of them are short stories out of books. So it's
Oh.
not a full book. But anyway, so it's like I always go with palate cleansers. Like I'll usually try to get something that I haven't read, or like Chicken Noodle Soup for the Soul that I've read a billion times, just to kind of
Like
get.
literally that book?
No. Well, I mean, it's called The Only Good Indians, but whatever. Or The Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings series. I read that like twice a year. But I always try to break it up with stuff.
I've never read Hobbit. Ever.
Okay, so I think we need to trade books.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude, it's like I'm not gonna lie. I mean, you guys already know this. I cry over everything, but God, every time I read The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings, I fucking cry. It's just
Really?
so perfect. It's like you're not supposed to be able to do that with words, like at all. It's like I shouldn't feel this way over a stupid fucking fantasy novel. Like I would make fun of myself from the outside over being like, oh, you can cry over fucking hobbits and elves, oh, you fucking nerd. It's so
I
good.
do the same thing with
Yeah.
Dragonlance stuff.
Yeah,
So I get it.
I really
Even
need to
Star
chat
Wars,
with you to-
certain stories get
Oh
me.
yeah, definitely. Like, especially like latter shit, like the Legacy of the Force and
Yeah.
stuff, like where we lose Chewie.
Oh.
Where we lose, even before that when we
That
lose,
comic
like,
is coming out
Annie
that I'm
and shit.
reading.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Good luck.
Like very soon. I'll
Dude,
be
that's
editing it.
that's a rough one, man. I mean, he goes out like a G
Mm-hmm.
because that's the only way he could go.
Mhm.
But fuck, that shit's hard. Or like Mara Jade going out. Just, I mean, really anybody. It's fucking heavy, and I do cry a lot. Yeah, Dragonlance. It's one of those ones. Anytime I'm going thrifting and shit, I find the books and it's like, is it time? Nah, I don't know where to start.
It's a
'Cause there's a lot.
there's a 250 some odd books.
Yeah.
It's a lot, definitely a lot. I struggle because the authors, like I just got a written interview from Margaret Weiss, and she's like one of those authors that people just adore and love, but like conversationally, she's horrible. Like her answers to my questions are like one-liners or like single word answers.
Oh, that's rough.
I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Like you write epic novels and you can't give me like a basic detailed description of an answer?
God, that would be like if Stephen King did one-liners.
Exactly. I mean, she's not Stephen King. Not. But
No one is.
yeah.
Like he's a god among men, and I will die happy if I ever get to meet that man.
He's a machine.
I will probably piss myself and cry in front of him and not be able to say anything, but it'll be the greatest day of my life.
He'll be surrounded by people like that. So he's
And
used
it'll
to it.
100%. Like that's probably one of my biggest regrets. Was not doing. I forget what it was, but it was the one that came out right before COVID, or it was a year or two before COVID. He was doing a tour, and it came through Utah, and my old boss wouldn't let me go.
Oh,
I
really?
was like, I should just quit my fucking job and
You should just left, dude. Yeah.
I almost did that over the meat, man. Should have done it for Stephen King.
It is weird though because like I don't think I don't go out of my way to meet like authors and stuff like that, and I'm not like a star fucker. I just don't care about stuff like that. We do have like mutual friends who are like obsessed with getting photo shots and like signatures and stuff like that. I've never cared. They're all just like us, just normal fucking people who do a thing. So I've never understood that aspect of it, but I've never met someone when I have met someone that I'm just like, that's amazing. I'm a better person for having had this experience.
I've had a couple of those. Actually,
really?
last Sunday,
What?
met my favorite band. I've been waiting 21 years to see them.
Oh wow.
Saw them, met them, and didn't make an ass out of myself. I was pretty proud of
Can you
myself.
drop the names?
Oh, Melt Banana. It's Japanese grindcore. It's very, very niche. Yeah, but fucking yeah, that was It was beautiful.
Huh.
Mostly I'm that way with authors, though.
Yeah.
It's like, most people are like, oh, this band's so cool. Yeah, cool. I like their music, too. Don't give a fuck if I meet them, but authors, yeah, those are the real fucking rock stars.
Well, it's weird because, like, any other discipline, you're getting the visual representation of what that author or that creator is capable of, right? Whether it's a film or whatever. A novel is all inner monologues, so you feel like you're knowing the secret passions of that writer. You know, it's not just surface visual spectacle. You like are getting to know them intimately, and so it is a completely different relationship.
Yeah,
it's very strange, and it's one of those where how could they ever live up to the expectation the reader has of them? It's like Misery, you know? You feel like it is like it's going to be this amazing thing to connect with them, and then you just want to end up murdering them so they'll write the book you want them to write.
Yeah.
Like that's the only outcome of a relationship I can imagine it ever coming to.
To be fair, he should have just finished the Dark Tower series sooner. That's the thing. It's his fault. That's why it was on his
R. Martin not ever finishing his fucking Song of Ice and Fire series, and he's gone on to write other like 600, 700, 800 page volumes, and you're like, what the fuck are you doing, dude?
See, the thing is, like, I understand that shit's frustrating. I do. I get it, though. It's like, I don't want that shit until that is fucking perfect in your mind. Whether it's perfect in reality or not, I don't care. That's irrelevant, but I want that, like, you need to know that it's right before it comes out. Because, I mean, like Stephen King, I'm fucking obsessed with Stephen King. You know, gasp, shock, and awe. There's some book, I know, right? But yeah, there's some books that's like, you can tell, like, I mean, mostly like his older books when he was still doing a lot of drugs and shit. It was put out because it was done. It wasn't perfect, but it was like there was a deadline.
Yeah.
And you can feel that.
Yeah.
So it's like it's frustrating, but I get it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Star Wars is lucky because we've had some, you know, the authors that have worked on it previously in the EU have genuinely love for it, and they want to service the fans, and they want to tell a great story, and they want it to be complex and adult, and so we've really had some great authors in this IP.
Hey, thanks, Scott. Fucking cheers to you. Saying congrats on 7 years.
Appreciate you, man. Oh, sorry. Yeah. I'm feeling this cigar, and I'm feeling this monkey shoulder. It's really kicking in.
It's almost time for some fucking Leslie Vernon.
And Leslie Vernon, some cake.
Hell yeah. Chocolate cake and slashers. Best way to end out a night.
All right. So what would you all like to see from us in the coming years? Because I don't think this is something that we're going to like end anytime soon. It's not like we have goals or plans for the channel. We're just hanging out and celebrating Star Wars all the time. So
we've taken breaks here and there, but I mean, it's something that's always kind of there. And I mean, of course, in the near future, it's going to, of course, be like the reviews of the coming shows. 'Cause we got Acolyte, tomorrow? Today? Tonight?
Wait, what? Really?
Yeah, June 4th. What's today?
I don't know. I think today's the 2nd.
Is it the 2nd? Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Whatever. So we got Tuesday. So Tuesday we got Acolyte coming out. Yeah, man. Yeah, Acolyte's coming out, and then I think after that we've got... No, we don't have a What the fuck do we have?
It's the Skeleton Crew's coming out sometime.
That's right.
But I don't know anything about that one.
Yeah. I always think Skeleton Crew, like Stephen King shit. It's like, I don't think it's going to be good.
No.
But, yeah, it's like, other than the reviews, it's like we go with the old novels and shit. And if there's anything that you guys can think you'd like us to talk about, like, definitely let us know. I mean, that's part of the fun, is not just, you know, him and I have an excuse to really focus on Star Wars shit, but also the interactions with people. Like, it's fun. It's like pretending that I have friends.
Yeah. All right. Well, cheers to all of you for 7 years and for getting on this crazy train with us, and for another 7 more and more beyond that. We genuinely appreciate you. And you can always become one of us. Gooble gobble. We accept you. I'll get up on a fucking table if I have to.
Fuck yeah.
Fucking dance a little bit. Little Freaks reference there for those of you who haven't seen it. Definitely go see it. It's brilliant. There's probably like warnings on it nowadays, but
Yeah, it's definitely
so
not
good.
PC, but fuck you, it's not
It's
PC.
great. It's so good.
It's wonderful. Little people can kill people too. Damn it.
Steel
People
boys
know.
can kill people too.
That's true. And he can roll a fucking cigarette, man. Better than me. I got
That's so good.
a fucking rolling machine and shit too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, man, Chris, trust me, there's promise of cake. We're fucking gonna devour that shit here in a minute.
Yeah. We're gonna do it off camera though, so you don't see our ugly, horny faces.
You don't want to watch me eat. I'm sure there's a subset of people that would appreciate that. It's not the majority.
So I used to do a podcast, and I had one girl on it that was known for like eating porn. Like she would just make mouth sounds, and you would just watch her eat. She was fully clothed. It's not like she was naked or anything. But YouTube banned me for 3 months because I had her on as one episode just talking about her industry, what she was doing. They banned me for 3 months. Unbelievable. And they wouldn't even let me download the video. Like, it was crazy.
Damn.
So, yeah, we will not be doing that because we will lose
Definitely
this
not.
channel.
Definitely.
And we have fought too long for this shit to lose it now.
Yeah, absolutely.
God.
God damn it, we just barely got monetized.
Yeah.
Can't take it from us yet.
It took us like 4 months to earn enough to buy a cake and some monkey shoulders and cigars.
And we're fucking enjoying every goddamn cent of it.
That's why we're doing this.
Oh yeah.
Because this is what we do when we get paid.
Fuck yeah. Spend it on important shit? Hell no. Let's fucking get fucked up.
All right. So that being said, thank you again. Let us know in the comments what you would like to see. If there's any stories you'd like to see us review, like novels or comics or films or series. We still have one more Ewok adventure to watch and review.
Oh my god, we did only do one.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
so, and there's like other iterations of series and stuff. So let us know. That's basically what I'm saying is we're open to it. Thank you very much. We appreciate you, man.
Fucking rock, Chris.
Let us know. We're always here for you. And until the Infernal Brotherhood convenes again, my fellow scruffy-looking nerf herders, may the force be with you.
Live long and prosper.
This is difficult because I can't click off. I have to walk over there
Yeah.
to hit the X in the upper corner. Bye!